Hello and welcome back, Goats, to the Big Blue Purple channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to unlock every single secret skin in Risk of Rain Returns. If you didn't already know, there's these things called strange prisms which can be found around the world in different zones during your Risk of Rain runs. I found that there's not a whole lot of information online about where to find these things, and I had to dig through different Steam forums and Discord servers to find all the locations for these skins, so I thought it'd be a good idea to compile it into one video. Before we go over the actual location of these secret prisms, it's important to note that they only spawn on certain variants of each of the stages. A major point of confusion for me while I was looking for these skins was seeing things like, oh, I found the skin on variant 3 of Dried Forest. How the hell are you supposed to know what variant of a stage that you're on? The answer is actually the in-game environmental logs that you can find within each zone. The number of the log that you find in the zone represents the variant of the stage that you found it on. The thing is, most people probably don't have all of the environmental logs, so it can kind of be hard to tell which of these 6 variants of a stage that you're on. The only thing you can really do to help this, which I highly recommend, is go into your rules setting before starting a run and change it so that only classic stages appear, turn off the new stage variants, because none of the skins that we're looking for can spawn on the new stage variants. This brings you from a 1 in 6 chance on variants to a 1 in 3, which is obviously a lot better, and it can be quite a bit easier to recognize 3 different stages as opposed to 6. Also, if you're wondering why in some of these clips my game looks more zoomed out than yours, there's actually a settings for it. If you just pause your game, you can change the zoom scale. I highly recommend playing on the 1x zoom so you can see more of the map while you're looking for these secrets. It helped me a lot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the location of these prismatic skins. The first and easiest of these skins to get is actually in the tutorial. To get into the tutorial, go to your controls setting and then click play tutorial. The skin is found by going to the left side of the map, climbing down this vine you see here, and then just running through this entire under section of the arena all the way to the right side where you'll find your prismatic shard. This unlocks Bandit's skin. Next up on the Desolate Forest stage, if you're on variant 3, if you go all the way to the left side of the map, you'll see that little blue vine sticking out of the ground. You can actually climb all the way down this thing. There's 2 rooms you can climb down here, as you can see. And then once you get to the very bottom, you'll find yourself your strange prism and the Commando skin unlock. This next one is for Artificer, and it's on Dried Lake variant 3. You'll need some good mobility for this one, so I personally recommend playing Mercenary and using Command Artifact. This way you can take Backup Mag as your white item, which gives you some more vertical mobility on Mercenary, and you can take Feathers as your greens if you can get some. This is stage 1, so it can be kind of hard to get this mobility. Go all the way to the top left of the map, as you just saw, it's next to those geysers. While you're traversing this part you're seeing on screen now, there are random holes littered throughout this area that you can't see, so make sure you're always jumping and kind of staying mobile so you don't accidentally fall through one of those holes like you're seeing me doing here. Otherwise, just follow what you see on screen and you'll be able to get yourself the Artificer secret skin. I highly recommend that you clear out the teleporter and kill all the enemies before you actually come and try to get this skin, because it can be really annoying if enemies are hitting you while you're down here or following you down here or whatever. Next up for Loader on Sky Meadow, you'll need to go to where the Artifact of Spite usually is. If you don't know how to get there, there's kind of a destructible block in the floor on the left side of the map. You see me drop down right there, and you can jump along these kind of platforms all the way over to the Artifact of Spite, or where it usually would be. And then, as you can see, there's also a door here. You need to have enough mobility to jump all the way under that door and up to it. As you can see, even with the most ideal movement items possible, it was a struggle to get up here for me, and if you look at the clock, it took me a while. I'd personally recommend that you do a loop before coming here so you have more mobility items than I did. Next up for the Drifter skin, you'll need to be on Ancient Valley variant 2. You'll know you're on variant 2 if the bridge on the map has no holes on it. This is also the variant of the map that has Boar Beach on it, which is going to be important for the next skin that we'll talk about. Anyways, to get this skin, you'll need some decent mobility because the area we're trying to get to is in the dead center of the map, not just at the bottom or at the top, but in the dead center. So to get there, make sure you have lots of feathers, some good mobility. Again, Mercenary is great for this. You'll climb to the first platform, and then next to it, you'll see a Snowman Lemurian. And if you go up to this Snowman Lemurian and you walk past him, then the Prism Shard will spawn. But don't leave the stage yet, because there's another one on this stage that we should go get. You'll need to make your way up to Boar Beach, which is a secret area on the Ancient Valley. To get here, go all the way up to the top left, and then you'll see this fence at the very, very top left of the map. If you hold your up key, then it'll send you to Boar Beach. Once you're actually in Boar Beach, you'll want to immediately take a left after spawning and climb down this little root sticking out of the ground. From here, you'll have to do some parkour, and you'll need some decent mobility to actually get through this little section, but you'll have to jump on these blocks that are underground all the way to the right side of the map, where you will find your prismatic skin. This one is for Acrid, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. Also, an important thing to note here is if you're trying to get the previous skin and this one on the same run, you need to come to Boar Beach after you get the previous skin, because it'll send you to a different stage after you leave Boar Beach. Next up, this Huntress skin is in the Magma Barracks on Variant 2. Drop down to where the log entry is. If you don't know where this is, it's kind of like on the bottom right hand corner of the map, near where you unlock Miner. After you drop into where the log entry is, just keep walking all the way to your right until you get to this statue, and then once you jump up to this statue, the shard will spawn and you'll get your skin. Finally, our last two prismatic skins are on the final level, and thankfully with this final level there's no variance as to which version of the stage you'll get, so you'll be able to get both of these skins on the same run, guaranteed. To actually get to the area we need to be for both of these skins, we'll need one key card so that we can go down and open the door to the cabin. Once you're in the cabin, you'll have to have some decent mobility so you can jump all the way up here and to where this log entry is, and then keep going left after you pick up the log entry, and you will find yet another Acrid skin, because he gets two for some reason. Here I was just messing with my zoom scale so we could see the thing up close, and there you go. And then for Mercenary's prismatic skin, make sure to keep going right from the cabin, and then drop down this cliff here to where the room with the dancing golems are. If you've done Commando and you've unlocked him, then you already know where this is. Go all the way past where you would put the battery, and then jump up this cliff. Again, you'll need good mobility to get here, and then go all the way to the left, and then there is your final prismatic shard. Now, there is one more secret unlockable skin that I know of that isn't from one of these Prism shards, and to get it, you'll need to play as Chef, and you'll need to fight the Acrid boss on stage 3, the same way you unlock Acrid. To actually get this skin, you need to land the final blow with Chef's ability called Cook, and to get Cook, you need to do Chef's Providence Trials. This will unlock you a really cool black and red Chef skin. I'm just fighting him as Mercenary in this footage because I haven't went and gotten the skin myself yet, but here's some footage of the Acrid boss fight and where he will spawn. Anyways, those are all of the secret skins that can be found in the world during your Risk of Rain Returns runs. There are other skins which can obviously be unlocked through the Providence Trials, but I'm not going to go over those here because they're not really a secret. Something I want to mention before I end the video, though, is there's actually one skin on the wiki that I don't think anybody knows how to get. I couldn't find any information about this skin online. I don't think it's a Prism shard. It's a pilot skin listed as to do right now. This is the only skin on the wiki that I wasn't able to obtain, and so I'm not sure how you're supposed to get this. I will pin a comment in this video's comment section when I figure out how this is supposed to be obtained. If it's a simple process, I'll probably just pin a comment. If it's elaborate for whatever reason, it will likely get its own video. But yeah, please do keep in mind that this is a day 4 guide, and I definitely could have missed some things. There's certainly secrets in this game that have not been found yet, I guarantee it. But I will make sure to, again, update it with a pinned comment if we have any new developments. All in all, though, I hope you found this video of help to you. If you did, consider dropping a like on the video and even subscribing to the channel. I'm planning to cover some more Risk of Rain Returns guides in the future, but I do mainly upload Final Fantasy XIV stuff, so keep that in mind. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.